Well, it has repeated itself like it ended last season at Anfield 2-2, and it was again Arsenal who took the lead through Gabriel Magalhaes in the 4th minute of the game, and then 25 minutes later, Mohamed Salah went ahead to sit down Zinchenko and really went in for a near post effort that the goalkeeper of Arsenal, who goes by names of David Raya, couldn't stop. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. It's really one of those beautiful games that you'll ever want to watch, and it's really a very good advert for English football. It shows you that football has now shifted to the Premier League, and the plan they had for all of the years has gone ahead to see to it that the league of Spain and Serie A are all coming as second fiddle to the Premier League, and it's a very good game, and both teams went ahead to obviously showcase exactly what they are made of. And trust me, if there is a team that is complaining that it deserved to win the game, then I think they're lying. They almost had the same performances, right? When you look at how Arsenal really performed today, you really look at how solid they were in the central defense, that is Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba. Then you go ahead and really look at Konate and Virgil van Dijk keeping their area clean all the time, you know. And I was really a little bit worried when Smithcast really got off, and I thought that maybe Saka is obviously going to create a highway of his own, you know. But guess what? That wasn't the case. It wasn't the case. Gomez came in through and really closed down Saka, you know. So it was really a very good game. Zinchenko did his best, though he was responsible for the first goal. We are going to discuss all that. But the most important bit of it all is that Arsenal is still on top of the Premier League table, isn't it? I think the most important bit of it all is that Arsenal are really top of the table, and the elephant is still on top of the tree. So Arsenal have gone ahead to obviously reach 40 points this season, and they've gone ahead to really enter Christmas when they are table leaders of the Premier League season of 2023-2024. That is the most important bit of it all, because Liverpool had gone ahead to play against Man United. They drew goalless here, and I think that was the first time in like 35 games for Liverpool not scoring at Anfield. And today, Arsenal have gone ahead to capitalize through a set piece, an assist put in through by Odegaard, and guess what happened? It was headed into the back of the net. So as it stands, Arsenal are really jubilating, and every Arsenal fan will be okay with this result, because Aston Villa, that would have gone ahead to dislodge them from the top of the table yesterday, went ahead to draw, and they're having 38 points. Liverpool is having 39 and Arsenal is having 40. So Arsenal is still on top of the table, and when is it? They are playing West Ham next, and they have a chance to obviously continue leading this table until the new year. So I really looked at how Arsenal really went ahead to obviously put itself today, and I really got to know that they are really brave. Arsenal didn't really respect Liverpool at all. You saw to it that they could really build from the back every time they really wanted, and they could go long. But the problem was every time they went long, they couldn't win those early duels. And Arsenal played a high line, and the only time that high line was beaten, I think it was beaten twice. The first time, that's when the goal goes in, but you all go ahead and really blame Zinchenko. And when you hear that Arsenal is really looking in for a left back, it's really right. Because if Arsenal had Tomiyasu today, Zinchenko wouldn't have gone ahead to start that game. Maybe later, they would have gone ahead to bring him on, but Zinchenko wouldn't have gone ahead to start that game. That goal, it's because of Zinchenko, you know. He's faked by Salah as if he's going to the byline, and Salah doesn't go to the byline, and it's Zinchenko who goes to the byline, and Salah gets a very close angle at the goal, and he goes at the nearby post, you know. And in any aspect of life, if at all you're playing a player like Salah, all you have to do is to close him down, you know, on his strong foot, that is the left foot, and force him to go onto his right foot. Luke Shaw went ahead to close him down, and we all know that Zinchenko is suspect defensively. I told you that there are 3 players of Arsenal that are going to be responsible for the win or loss or draw of Arsenal. And David Raya, he had nothing to do with that entire goal. I don't remember anything he had to do that he had to save. The 2 best chances of Liverpool really One was stopped by the crossbar. It ricocheted off the crossbar. Then the other one went inside. Now, when you look at how Ben White really closed down Luis Diaz, he closed him down well, and I would love to give him credit. And for Zinchenko, he tried so hard to block Salah, but he ended up really gifting another ball to him, you get? But I at least he had a very good game. But that goal that goes in, you cannot just gift out an easy one like that. You can't, because that was a gift. And from Zinchenko, you go ahead and really put a little bit of blame or accusation to Gabriel Magalhaes. You know, the plan was simple. You saw to it that Arsenal saw Gabriel Magalhaes go ahead or really hinge a lot onto the side of Zinchenko, because they know his problem, that he's really a player that really causes a lot of harm, that is suspect defensively. But this time around, instead of obviously closing that space where Salah was going to go, because he realized it late that it was going to close him down, and he let Zinchenko in a 1v1 with Salah, obviously Zinchenko had to be skinned, and resulted into the goal. But the rest of the things, Arsenal got them right, and they really had a lot to really put up on the field of play. But Arteta, I really caution him a little bit onto the delayed substitutions. You know, Martinelli was the plan today. That is it. Martinelli was the plan today. He was the plan. And it's not to it that Arsenal had a lot of possession in that area where Martinelli was, because they knew that Trent could obviously move and play as an inverted right back. So there was a lot of space for Martinelli to utilize. But every time Martinelli got the ball, sometimes he slipped down, sometimes he tried to go force himself through a forest of legs, sometimes he went in for selfish efforts. And if at all, at any time when he got that ball, really found himself really concentrating in front of that goal, he would have gone ahead to kill them off. If it was Salah who got all those balls in those areas, trust me, he would have gone ahead to silence Arsenal. But Martinelli played way too long, and I was here waiting to see how does Mikel Arteta go ahead to take him off, because he wouldn't have gone ahead to play all those 70 minutes. Why would he play all those minutes? For what? For what? Why would he play all those minutes? He had no reason to play all those minutes, because he couldn't really meet the standards. I think you saw the change of the game when Trossard came on through, because Trossard could drift everywhere, on the right, in the middle of the park, on the left, leading the line. He was everywhere, and he was a busybody on the field of play. So that shows you what would have gone ahead to come in through and offered if at all Arteta really brought him on earlier. That is it. So I think it late to get off Martinelli, because Martinelli, everything fell today. It was not in his favor. And sometimes when the player is having a burden office, you don't really keep him long on the field of play. You know, when Trossard comes in through, Arsenal wins possession. He tracks back very well. He gets hold of the ball, and he really has that confidence of really killing off Liverpool. Remember the last time he played at Anfield, when he was not donned in an Arsenal jersey, he really scored a hat-trick against Liverpool. You know, again, he was with with Brighton. And I think by that time, Graham Potter was the manager of Brighton. So as it stands, Liverpool and Arsenal really had a draw, and it reflects exactly what was in the game. Going back to what Gabriel Magalhaes had to do to cover up for Zinchenko, it's what Liverpool did sometimes to close down Gabriel Martinelli. What they did was Konate and Trent, went ahead to obviously understand what to do, and they obviously had to defend him together. That right space, was defended together by Trent and Konate. So if you're outside there and you don't think that, and you really think that it never really went off Arsenal side because of Martinelli, then you need to rewatch that game. Martinelli had lots of chances, him, Saka, Saka started off on a very good note. Remember that cross he puts in that was really too begging, in the face of goal. He started off very, very well. But when we really went ahead to go into the game, he was nowhere to be seen. But one thing I've gone ahead like about Saka is his fighting spirit. He is a fighter. He is a fighter. He is now a man who can obviously go in for the battles. So, Jurgen Klopp will be pleased, because on any other day it would have gone ahead to end out into a win for Arsenal. Though even Liverpool had a better chance to kill off the game, but they couldn't. They fought left, right, and center, but they really lacked a little bit of composure. The same applies to Arsenal. Arsenal lacked composure in the final third. The only composed player I saw there, I think, was Trossard and Odegaard. But the rest of the players, they were really disjointed. You know, they could get the ball and fidget. Is it of the pressure? I don't know. But all we can confirm to you is this side of Liverpool really also had to put in a very good shift, and they really played very well. And I told you they cannot win the midfield battle. I told you they can't win the midfield battle. And you saw to it that all the attacks that we are really threatening were either counter-attacks or were outside the 18, they were outside the central axis. You get? They played so much in the half spaces and towards the touchline. But Arsenal closed down that midfield, and you saw to it that Rice, Odegaard, and Kai Havertz were really very important. Guys, Kai Havertz, for me, he's really one of the players I'm going to have to put in a shift in this game. He has performed very well from the goal that Arsenal scored from a set piece. Who is brought down to see to it that Arsenal gets a set piece? It's none other than Kai Havertz. But did you see how he obviously closed down spaces, and every time he really got the ball, he really put a foot wrong? That is Kai Havertz. And to show you that when he play 90 minutes, it shows you that the manager really trusted him, that maybe he can produce a moment of magic. And why a moment of magic? Because of the way he doesn't lose the ball. His ball orientation abilities are really huge, that no one can obviously get to him. But you have a big blow. He has gone ahead to get his 5th yellow card, and he's not going to be able to play against West Ham. So don't expect to see this guy playing against West Ham. So maybe Jorginho will be really given a chance to come into the mix and really do the job for the side of Arsenal. But Kai Havertz is out of the game of West Ham because of accumulating 5 yellow cards. He's gotten one today, and he has gone ahead to obviously be one of those players that have gone ahead to obviously put in a very beautiful shift. And he's getting into that team well. He's getting that team well. Though at a certain point, I thought that they would have gone ahead to take him off, get Rice to play as a box-to-box midfielder and Jorginho to play into the midfield, because Jorginho would have gone ahead to give you more composure. That is it. He would have gone ahead to get you more composure, build from the back, and knock it around. Because Liverpool, we are short of players. You know, when they brought in Elliott, they brought in Gravenberch and Diaz, they are short of players, and they were only waiting for that one moment to hit Arsenal on the counter-attack. Every time you saw them try to build up, they couldn't build up. That is the side of Liverpool. They couldn't build up, and Arsenal really closed them down. But we are really here to see what happens in the next coming days, you know, because the Premier League is really getting tight and tighter. So Martin Odegaard, guys, he is really a very good player. You see, he controlled that midfield very well. Though he gifted away a ball, he was pressed down very well. Though a ball deflected off Gabriel Magalhaes and really went into the back and really went into the hands of the goalkeeper, that is David Raya. But apart from that, he was really very lively, and he showed you the leadership, you know. And these are levels that a team like Arsenal shows you that they are really levels from teams like Man United. And me as a supporter of United, I worry a little bit. Why do I worry a little bit? Because of how teams like Liverpool teams like Arsenal go at Anfield and play. Because Arsenal played like a big team at Anfield. They never respected Liverpool at any one point. They really attacked Liverpool, left, right, and center, and no respect was issued to the side of Liverpool. But United packed the bus. After parking the bus, they couldn't really have some transitions, but it showed to it that Arsenal at Anfield could build that ball from the first third of the pitch to the second third of the pitch, that is the midfield, to the final third of the pitch. That is how a big team really plays, and Arsenal didn't respect them. And I really believe that game at Emirates is really going to be very huge when Arsenal is playing Liverpool into the FA Cup. It's gonna be a huge one, a very huge one, because this time round the Emirates ground is going to be rocking, and Liverpool will be facing the same hostile environment that Arsenal faced at Anfield. But congratulations to Mikel Arteta, having not gone ahead to lose at Anfield for 2 consecutive games. It's not something easy. It's something worth a credit to give to the man, and a token of appreciation should be extended to him. And for Jurgen Klopp, his team really showed the nerves that we can obviously play better and better and better and better and really get yourselves or get themselves to where they deserve to be. And it's really a very huge side. So I love it. I love a draw. I had gone ahead to predict that Arsenal will win, but remember I also told that the best result Liverpool can ever get out of this is a draw. I never saw Liverpool win this game. They are on the low and they're really struggling, especially in the final third, and their defense is really struggling. And Arsenal could have gone ahead to obviously score more goals if at all they really compose themselves better in the final third of the pitch. So guys, thank you very much for watching through, telling me your thoughts about Liverpool 1, Arsenal 1. That is the match reaction we had to talk about. But before we call it quits, I have something to show you. I have something to show you here. As far as the stats of this game was concerned, I had even forgotten that I need to show you these stats. 13 shots by Liverpool, 13 shots by Arsenal, 3 shots on target by Liverpool, 2 shots on target by Arsenal, 51% ball possession by Liverpool, 49% ball possession by Arsenal, 438 passes completed by Liverpool, 418 passes completed by Arsenal, then 81% passing accuracy by Liverpool, 80% passing accuracy by Arsenal, 13 fouls by Liverpool, 14 fouls by Arsenal, 2 yellow cards to Liverpool and 5 yellow cards to Arsenal, if I'm to remember. Kai Havertz, Declan Rice, Benny White got a yellow card, Nketiah got a yellow card, and who else got? Bukayo Saka, and Bukayo Saka had got ahead to land himself in trouble, to get a second bookable offense. Though VAR, after reviewing that, they said, no, it's not gonna happen. Then 0 red cards to both sides, 1 offside to both sides, 4 corners for Liverpool and 5 corners to the side of Arsenal. But there was a call of a penalty by Odegaard when he slipped and his hand really met with the ball. And very many Liverpool fans thought it was going to be a penalty, but it wasn't going to be awarded as a penalty. Then the table, Arsenal 18 games, 40 points. Liverpool 18 games, 39 points. Aston Villa 18 games, 39 points. Tottenham Hotspur, 18 games, 36 points. Man City, 17 games, 34 points. Meaning that if at all Man City return and win, they'll go to 37 points. And they'll be having a game in hand. Then West Ham, 30 points. Newcastle, 29 points. Man United, 28 points. So, that is how the table is really standing. And looks like there are not going to be very many changes. Unless otherwise... not many changes, even if Chelsea wins, because the remaining game is that of Chelsea versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. They'll have 25 points. So the table looks like we are going to go into Christmas when it's like that as you see it. Not so? I sign out for now. See you later, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. See you later, my mates. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum, the Christians. We cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Bye-bye.